Hey, scientists. You must be rocking out if you have made it to this measurement practice. You should have already finished the tools of magnification work, and your notebook should have your very best work in it. Today, we're doing a little extra practice on measuring. We're answering that big question still: how do scientists answer questions? And we're doing that by thinking and learning. How do scientists use thermometers and rulers? So, when I am measuring temperature with a thermometer, the first thing that is important to do is to pay attention to the numbers on the side of the thermometer because each one is different. I see that this one has 0 in the bottom and goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I know that this thermometer is counting by fives. It's important to realize how each thermometer is counting. This thermometer has an F showing, which means it is in Fahrenheit. So I can see that the temperature shown on this thermometer is 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes when you are measuring temperature, thermometers can show both a degrees Celsius and a degrees Fahrenheit. When scientists talk about units of temperature, they use both of those units, Celsius and Fahrenheit. This means that two numbers with two different units can be used to describe one room. Let's look at this thermometer, which is showing the temperature of a room in a house. I see on the Fahrenheit side, it's counting 20. Oh, that's a negative 20. Don't get tricked because there's the 0. 20, 40, 60, 80. I see this is a little below 80, but I have to figure out how many degrees is the room in this house. If this is 60, that little line must be 70. So to get from 70 to 80, this thermometer must count 70, 72, 74, 76, 78. It must be 78 degrees Fahrenheit in this room. Well, if we were to talk about that in Celsius, I can see it's more than 20, less than 30. It looks about 25 degrees Celsius. This is not two different rooms. This is one room that we can talk about using two different units, either 78 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 degrees Celsius. Those two numbers mean the same thing. This is one temperature talked about two different ways. Now you're going to practice reading some thermometers. Let's start off with an easy one. What temperature is shown on this thermometer? All right, let's take a look at the next one. This is a medium question. Don't forget to pay attention to the halfway marks between numbers. You are going to read this temperature in Fahrenheit on the thermometer. What temperature is shown on this thermometer? I see that the numbers go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That means this small line must be halfway between 80 and 90. And I know that that's 85. So this temperature is less than 85 but more than 80. I see that this temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit. I hope you got that right on the multiple choice question. All right, here's another medium one. This time, I want you to use the Celsius scale. What temperature is shown on this thermometer in Celsius? All right, nice work. Let's take a look at the next one. What temperature is shown on this thermometer in Fahrenheit? You're going to answer the question next. All right, good job. If you're listening to me now, you've already answered the question and you know that it counts by tens. And there are not 10 marks here, so I tried counting by twos. 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. Yep, it counts by twos. That red line is even with 30, 32, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's take a look over here at Celsius, though. Here's negative 20, negative 10, and 0. To get from 0 to 10, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they're not counting by ones. Let's try again by twos. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That works. So if they're counting by twos, 0, 2, this looks like it's 2 degrees Celsius. Scientists also take measurements using a ruler. The first thing I do when I look at a ruler is I look at what unit is on the ruler. I see this one is centimeters. Good scientists take accurate or true measurements by starting the object that you are measuring at the 0. Notice how this paperclip, its front end is at the 0. But sometimes objects don't fall directly at a number mark. I see that this object is between the 2 and the 3, and it's close to that dark line in the middle. So I know this paperclip is about 2.5, don't forget your units, centimeters long. But sometimes scientists make errors by starting the object that you are measuring at a number other than 0. In this instance, this person started at the number 1. If the person makes that error, you can count the number of centimeters to the end. 1. That was a whole centimeter. 2. That was a whole centimeter. 3. That was a whole centimeter. 4. That was a whole centimeter. This spoon on this ruler, it must be a baby spoon, is 4 centimeters long. I could also solve this problem by taking the biggest number, 5, minus where it's starting, 1. 5 minus 1 is 4 centimeters long. This scientist made an error. It is your turn now to determine how many centimeters long this crayon is. Good job answering that question. I hope you saw my feedback on the multiple choice. If you are finished early, that means you have worked really hard in this center, and you may go to the Quizlet inquiry link on your Google Classroom Science page. Study hard. I see he's using a microscope. Good job.